Good evening, guys. I want to go straight into the stocks, see how things are looking as the big macro picture starts to develop. After I go through that, I'm going to go straight into the Bitcoin, like we usually do, break it all down, go through liquidity, and see how things are going to move. But with this bigger macro picture playing out, then I'm really starting to get a bit more bullish here. So let's just go straight on to the S&P 500. Look at this, guys. I might just remove this. See this here? We have bullish divergence here on the S&P 500, which is very big, very good bullish divergence because it's breaking down under 30 as well. So here we're thinking, okay, the move is likely to play out on the upside. But if we just look at every time on the weekly the RSI dips under 30, you've got bottom, you've got bottom, you've got bottom, you've got bottom. See? You've got bottom, you've got bottom. Obviously a wee bit of area there. Let's go back to 2009. So we are seeing bullish divergence appear, plus the RSI does not go under 30 very often on the weekly. So it looks like, and we're straight into heavy resistance here. Look, this trend line here plus that previous all-time high. We've got a good bounce, but I think we're going to get a move up. Now it's just whether it's a lower high and then it rolls over, or it's a higher high and we carry on. But there's some, the charts are showing a potential good move coming here. Now let's go on the Nasdaq. Something very similar. Very bullish RSI divergence. And look, guys, very something similar as well. Every time it wicks into the 30, bottom, bottom, just about, bottom, 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 bottom. You see that? It's exactly like the stock market. So we've got this bullish, huge bullish divergence here, and we've got a potential bottom sign with the RSI dipping under. Plus we're into rock solid resistance and we've bounced off it with a huge candle. And let's go in the Russell 2000. What have we got here as well? Something very similar. Bullish divergence. And we've got the RSI wicking below. Bottom, 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 bottom. So I think the main move of the stock market is done. Down. Now all we're going to see is whether it likes to break higher or it's going to create a lower low. And this is really what we need to pay attention to, because if this creates a lower low and carries on down, then it might drag Bitcoin down, or Bitcoin might finally do what it's meant to do and start running itself. VIX. This is basically when the volatility spikes in the S&P 500. You can see it. Japan carry trade, pandemic, Great Recession. But anytime it wicks over 40, these are all major bottoms in the stock market if you want to go back and back test that yourself. So even the VIX is saying that. So on the macro, we are looking, the big moves played out, and now we're potentially going to start moving up. So let's look how it compares to Bitcoin. First of all, let's go in the big picture. I always refer back to this, guys, because no one's showing this. I don't realise why. I don't know if no one's just not seeing this, but what I'm seeing is people are liking to have this trend line here. Or they like to have this trend line here. These are the major ones I see. Oh, 2 seconds there, guys. See it? Something like that. No one's talking about we have a huge head and shoulders that is broken out, retest, holding up, and now just starting to touch over the trend line. We've had, look, resistance, 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 and now we're starting to come up off the bottom of that as well. So the RSI is holding up this whole entire bull market. It's still holding. This whole pattern is one big bullish one waiting to go off. So we've got the stocks lining up. We've got the big picture for Bitcoin lining up. And let's get into the daily moves. So, how is Bitcoin looking? Let's get on to the daily. So, we've got the breakout. Now, it's just kind of floating around here, so we're still waiting, but this is all very good. This is good showing from Bitcoin here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's faked out, broke out in the 6th, and it's just starting to consolidate here. So let's see where it goes from there. But if we put on the EMAs, you can see these EMAs are just having a bit of resistance there, so it's going to need a bit more time to break through it. So that will continue to go through. Our target's still up at 89,000. If we look at the liquidity levels, you can see here on the 7-day on the liquidation map, you can see most of the work's been done here. We've taken this out, but we're looking for the big target, 89,000 here, and the bulk of this move here. If that gets to 89,000, 90,000, that's going to short squeeze about 2 billion out. So that's a huge volume for it to move up here. And what do we have? We've got the daily exchange, 7-day EMA, moving average, ticking up, just what we need. So we're potentially getting the breakout sitting here that's just grinding up against these EMAs. Once that breaks through that, that's going to shoot up. And we've got the volume back in it as well. Plus, we've got about 2 billion. Even if it gets up to here, that's about 2 billion worth of liquidations to get up to there. And once it breaks through there, we'll start making a new higher high. So the structure would have changed, because the structure is just gone. Just making lower highs all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. And then, wait a minute. Oh, is that a higher high? Then it comes down. Let's maybe test the EMAs. Higher low. You know? That's something we need to look at. We'll keep our eye on it, but things are just, they're getting so close now. You can see it, it's just grinding up against these EMAs. Now, if we look at the liquidation heat map, you can see on the 2-weekly, there's been a nice wee level of shorts developing here, around about 86.5. So that's, what's that, 86.5? So people are shorting on the EMA. See it here? These guys are shorting on the EMA, expecting it to go down. And that's why that has appeared there. 86.5. The EMAs are at 85, and 86.5 is just above these candles here. See it? So they're shorting against this because it's 2 EMAs. So they've got a confluence of 2 moving averages that they're shorting against. So if we get a push up, we're going to get a short squeeze into that, which will then trigger into, if we just have a wee look here, up into 89,000 there. So maybe just stick a wee level there. It's definitely worth talking about that one. Yeah, so I think we're going to grind up here maybe a wee bit longer. Then we're going to break through, we're going to hit that one. And then from there, we're going to trigger up to here. So 89,000 is still on. We've been calling that for a good few days now. So let's just see how things will go. But things are looking good, guys. And we're seeing the tariff narrative start to slow down. You know, some of the narratives of the mobile phones and that, they're starting to get exempt. Things are starting to ease off. He's in negotiations with 70 countries, so that will all start easing off. And from what I believe, this is very much how it played out last time with Trump. He put on the tariffs. They weren't as heavy, but the stock market dumped, and then that was it. It repriced, and then it went off and didn't come back. So guys, this is getting very close now. We've got the small breakout. We just need some more confirmation here, but I think that will come. I think that's going to come very, very soon. And then once that starts breaking, we're going to start moving up. And we're going to get this last leg in, I think. And this last leg in, we're going to get out somewhere near the top. And if we're very lucky, we might get a one leg, pull back. And if we get that second leg up, that will be superb. So guys, hope you liked that. Put these out daily, like and subscribe, and I'll see you same time tomorrow. Cheers.